Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, EA Play. We are right here right now, as you can see in the background, it's all there. We just finished up at the press conference, which is like obviously EA's big moment to talk about what they got coming up in the year ahead. Let's talk like high level impressions first. What do you think?
Look, I thought it was really good. Firstly, the Battlefront situation, I know that I mentioned it earlier. I was really taken back by what they've shown.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of gameplay. I haven't actually played the game yet. Ralph has?
No, Battlefront.
Battlefront.
No, Battlefield.
Oh,
Standard. No, roll it. We're going to keep rolling with this, right? Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1.
That's right.
Battlefront, two different things. No, that's right. Okay, so you got a chance to play the new Battlefield.
Yeah, I did. So I just finished actually a hands-on session there with Battlefield 1. It's Battlefield, it's the same, but like, it's so beautiful. Like, the thing about Battlefield is just like consistently one of the most beautiful games ever made. They have a new map, which was like a, I forget what it's called, something nights. It was a night map set in like the trenches. It's just no vehicle, or very few vehicles, and it was just amazing. Like, I always love Battlefield. This map is beautiful. I haven't played anything other than this yet. I mean, obviously it's just one new map so far, but like it is just like perfect. So I really loved it. They showed us some other footage as well of some of the like the winter areas, and there's going to be like female snipers, and there's going to be new weapons and all that sort of shit that's coming. But I can say that if you like Battlefield, there's more Battlefield coming, and it's the same stuff you've always loved, which is a good thing.
Yeah, but they did certainly emphasize Battlefield, but like there wasn't a lot that was shown.
No, because it's DLC. Like they're not going to.
It's just a DLC.
They're not going to go crazy about DLC.
Yeah.
So, anyway, look, that was really good. I think after that they spent a lot of time talking about the EA Sports stuff. Are you more likely to purchase an EA Sports game now?
Look, I've never really been a sports gamer. It is good to see such an emphasis now on story. I don't think you know. If you look 5 years ago, I just don't think that they even thought of that stuff. Now, you know, we get to see that journey of someone, you know, wanting to make it in the big leagues. You know, that whole journey for him to be, you know, this huge star. And I think a lot of people are going to latch onto that.
Yeah.
For me personally, I probably wouldn't play it still, but there's going to be a lot of people in the market that wouldn't have originally ever thought of playing a game like this. But because the story's there, they might actually be drawn more to it now.
Yeah. So like, I think it's something they started with FIFA. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe they started it with NBA. I don't even know where they started it.
Yeah, maybe NBA.
But it was like they have a campaign story based around one star athlete coming up the ranks, you know, and they're doubling down with it. They've got it across all their sports games. You know, like everyone now has some major story thing going on, and like, you know what? I'm not going to play an EA Sports game because it's definitely not my thing, but I'm glad it exists. You know, like I'm glad that other people can enjoy that, because it kind of makes me respect the license more. It shows that they're putting some effort into it. Again, not going to like pull me into that world, but at least, as I said, I'm happy that it's there. So after the EA Sports stuff, we saw a new game actually, new IP from a new studio called Hazelight. They're based in Sweden, and this game is called A Way Out. A Way Out. Yeah. And it's from the guy that made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, yes, and now they've got like a proper studio going on, and it looked actually really awesome.
It looked fantastic, and I think it's going to potentially bring back that whole idea of just sitting down on the couch and playing with a friend.
So what's the premise?
Okay, well, ultimately, two guys in a prison, and they really want to get out. They've got two different objectives of why, but they come together, and the whole game is very. It's kind of unique in the way that you need to actually be sitting next to each other and playing co-op in the same room, because the two split screens are showing two different stories where if you were to sit...
Actually, they're showing the same story from a different perspective.
Well, exactly right, sorry. It's the same story, sorry, but two different perspectives. That's right, sorry. But if you were to do that online with someone else across, you know, it doesn't matter where you are, then you're going to be missing half the game. So they have given you that option to play with someone from overseas or in another wherever. But it looks like if you were to do that, you're going to be missing half of the game, so why would you do that?
So it looks like Shawshank Redemption meets Portal meets Uncharted. Yes, that's what I was going to say. But like, so you get the Shawshank Redemption thing is the setting, and the Portal thing is the co-op play, and the Uncharted is like this sort of visual style of it. You kind of get a sense of that as you're playing through it. But like, that just looks like a really awesome combo, very story focused. Looks like an interesting story actually. It doesn't look phoned in at all, and really interesting gameplay mechanics. And the idea that they're doubling down on the fact that you need to sit on a couch with someone to play a game. There's no single player in this game whatsoever. You have to play it co-op, and I actually really respect that, because EA, everyone's always having to go about EA like not being innovative enough, not trying whatever, but they're legitimately trying something new here, and like I honestly have to like call them out and say yes, well done.
Especially in a market where it looks like more and more games are giving up on the whole split screen idea. For a game to come out and be like, no, we're bringing it back, and we're not only bringing it back, it's like a must. You have to do it that way. So I think it's going to be interesting.
So the biggest thing that I was excited about, but we don't really know anything about yet, was a new IP from Bioware. So the long story with this is that Bioware is like two companies now. There's the Edmonton crew who made Mass Effect Andromeda, and then there's like the OG 18 Bioware, and they're the original ones based in Austin, I think, right? Mass Effect Andromeda, very, very disappointing game, obviously. Edmonton, it seems, is kind of being wound up as a studio, or at least no new IP is going to come out of them for the next little while. Very sad for the people of Bioware Edmonton for that. But anyway, that's a whole other story. The original Bioware had been working on new IP for a number of years. It's been revealed today. It's called Anthem. We don't really know anything about it except that it's like a sci-fi setting game, and like that's it, right? But what happened was that one of the EA guys came up to me and he said, dude, you cover the Division, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, we need to talk about some new stuff coming down the pipe. This was the only thing that sort of like fell within that category. So I'm wondering if it is some kind of looter shooter, Division / Destiny style game. Sci-fi universe, always online, epic world, loot focused. I don't know, that's my gut. Anyway, we'll see. What do you think?
I mean, it looked pretty cool, but for me it was kind of like a cross between, you know, Mass Effect and like Turok or something. Like, we had one vibes, we had one little like shot of this huge dinosaur-looking thing. I don't know what it was, but it was also spacey in that regard too, especially what they were wearing. So that's all we've seen in terms of gameplay. We can't really comment.
We actually find out gameplay tomorrow at the Microsoft press conference, so you'll see some of that then. But look, Bioware, I love them. Everyone loves to hate Bioware. I don't give a fuck. I love Bioware. Even the stuff that I don't particularly love, like Dragon Age Inquisition, I still enjoyed it enough. It was fine, but I mean, I just have a lot of faith in the bones of that studio, even though it's changed a lot over the years, and I'm just excited to see they've got some new IP coming. If it's anything like I'm imagining it could be, then I'm going to be really, really happy with that, because I love me some Destiny, I love me some Division, and to be able to get something like that from Bioware, as I said, I'm totally down. The last thing was Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is finally coming out end of this year, and we saw first multiplayer gameplay reveal. What do you think?
Look, it looked very, very good. I'm very excited. We haven't actually played it yet, but ultimately, look, I think they've gone down the road now of going, we need to fix this. Originally, I wasn't sure if they were going to have that attitude because they made so much money from the previous one. They've obviously been like, we need to fix this. We need to integrate some classes. We need to integrate some actual weapon mechanics that people are going to stick around for. So I'm really excited about that. The worlds themselves looked, again, amazing like it did last time. It's just, I mean, it looked really good. I'm really excited to actually play it tomorrow.
Yeah, it does look very cool. I did not like the original Battlefront, as most like core gamers did not. It was a really casual, friendly game, but anyone that wanted like deep weapon mechanics or a proper challenge or a proper competitive environment, none of that existed. So I don't know how far they're going to go on that front this time around. I don't know if they're really going to invest in proper weapon mechanics. I don't know what. I don't know, but I'm willing to give them a chance because it looks awesome.
You know? Like looking at it, it kind of did feel like there was some meatiness to it, but like it's hard to actually say. Hard to say that until you play it, right? But
so I'm reserving judgment, but I'm optimistic. You know what I mean? I am actually optimistic, and you can't argue. It looked incredible.
It really did.
The aerial combat looked fantastic. The heroes look really cool actually, and they didn't seem too overpowered this time.
They actually died pretty quickly. So I mean,
right.
maybe it's another thing that just adds to that skill. You need to actually bring some skill to the table.
And there's a single player mode as well, like a proper story campaign as well this time around, and they're ticketing it as a big part. So I'm not expecting some crappy 2-hour campaign. Hopefully we can get something chunky, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole show. There was probably 1 or 2 other things in there. Oh, Need for Speed. Need for Speed game is coming.
It's not really for us, but like, whatever, it looks cool.
I love the old Need for Speed Underground.
That was cool.
This does not look like that, but it might be, who knows. But
I mean, if they integrate something from that,
that was
kind of RPG where you like, or RPG feel where you you know, you upgrade your abilities, you upgrade your cards, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but I mean, who knows? We haven't seen enough. So
So anyway, that's EA Play. As I said, we just had the press conference. I went hands-on with the new map in Battlefield 1. Tomorrow I get to play Star Wars Battlefront. We're just cruising around the venue today, chilling out and seeing what's up. There's heaps of stuff happening here. The line to get into EA Play is absolutely around the block. Apparently people are waiting 4 hours to get in.
It's getting worse and worse.
It's getting worse and worse. I don't even know if they're going to get in before it closes, but it's 3 days, and if you're in LA, come down to check it out. You can just walk in like you own the joint, as long as you're willing to like line up forever. Anyway, that's it for now. There's our impressions. Let's keep moving.